Yo, what's up guys? So today I'm showing you one of my favorite tricks from one of my favorite magicians called Zauberkunst Triumph by Bruce Servan. It's a German word meaning magic, and the only reason why I know that is because I googled it. I just wanted to sound smart. I'm really not that smart. This is the first effect out of his book, The Servan File, and it's the effect I use whenever I open any routine. And it's actually not a triumph trick at all, it's something totally different, and you're gonna love it. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's what the effect looks like for the audience. Alright, you can show them cards just so they know that all the cards are different and they're shuffled, alright? So what you're gonna do is dribble the cards on the table like this and have them say stop anytime, alright? So maybe they say stop right here, alright? So they put their hand over these cards the whole time, alright? So next, you have a second spectator take the deck, and they deal cards face down and stop anytime they want to, alright? So when they stop, ask them to shuffle the deck and deal just a few more until they feel the time is right, alright? So maybe right there. Next, you have them pick up the cards, and they deal face down into 3 piles just to see what cards they happen to end up on, alright? So they do this very fairly, and we see what cards they happen to end up on. So the first card is a 10, pretty good card. What about this one? Another 10. That's a coincidence. And the third one, another 10. That's I didn't plan this, but let's see. How many cards did you actually stop on? And you could have said stop anywhere, right? So pick up the packet and just count them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Come on, you're messing with me, all right? But what card did you actually stop on? The fourth 10. That's freaking crazy. Alright, so here's the setup, guys. You want to take out, obviously, the 4 10s, and you want to take 9 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 9th one, you want to memorize this card as your key card. So the Ace of Diamonds, that'll be your key card. So next, you take the 10s, put them on top, take the 9 cards, put them on top, so the key card goes on top of the 10s. So to perform this, what you're going to do is show that all the cards are different like this, and when you get to your key card, just stop and then get a break below that top card, which is one of the 10s. Close up the deck, and then keep that break. The way it was originally written up in the book, Bruce Servan says that you just spread over 10 cards and get the break under 10. Doing it that way, just eye counting, but I find that, especially in the heat of the moment, that's kind of hard to do. Well, it's hard to do without making it seem obvious, because you don't want to seem like you're counting cards. So just very casually, just say, look, all the cards are different and they're shuffled, and we're going to show you something pretty cool. And at this point, just get your break under that card. Once you get to your key, close up the deck. Now, what you're going to do is say, look, as I dribble cards like this, just say stop. Now, what I've just done is dribbled about half the deck under the break. And so you just repeat that. So just say stop anytime. And then once they say stop, just release everything below the break. It's a dribble force onto the table, all right? So they say stop, and then you just drop all the cards below the break. It's very easy to do. And then ask them to place their hand on top of these cards, which is 10 cards, and that 10 is the bottom card. So at this point, you have the other 3 10s on top of the deck. So what you're going to do is give it to a spectator, another spectator, and have them deal cards face down into a pile and ask them to stop anytime they want to. All right, so they do that. And then once they do, ask them to give the deck another shuffle like this, and then deal a few more and stop whenever they want to. And like this, maybe right there is fine. Now at this point, you're just going to do the redeal force for 3 cards. So ask them to deal the cards into 3 piles like this, just to see what cards we happen to end up on. I mean, you could have said stop anywhere, and you could have shuffled the deck. Any card could be possible. So at this point, you just show all the top cards, which will be all the 10s. Say, what we got here? A 10, pretty good card. Turn this one over, another 10. That's a coincidence. Let's see what here. Oh man, you're messing with me, right? Now, the most remarkable thing about this trick is they've been holding the cards the whole time under their hand. So you ask them to lift their hand up and say, you could have stop anywhere. Let's see how many cards you stopped on. So ask them to pick it up and count the cards face down on the table. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a crazy moment. But then you uppercut them again with the fact that this card is the last 10. Now I realize that the dribble force is kind of difficult for some people, and It was for me too for a while, but trust me that doing it on the table is actually really easy. So just give it some time and some practice, and you'll get it pretty easily. But if you just don't like it, there's something else you can do. So once you have your break below the 10 cards, what you can do is riffle up the back of the deck like this and ask them to say stop. And then you have your pinky break. So it's very easy to just instantly stop on the break. So they say stop, stop, and then you have your 10 cards. Alright, so hope you liked this video and hope you liked the trick, and thanks for watching. And until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.